Welcome to the Coffee Club, broadcasting live from New York with your host, Felix, and co-host, Dr. Mark. So let's have a cup of coffee and enjoy the show.
There is no heaven. There is no hell. There is only this world and its dark reflection. And we do not know
what's going on,
in which of the
I just
two
want to
worlds
take a minute
we are.
And reach out to everybody.
Hello.
And talk about a certain subject that came up the other morning, and I think people should know about it. Obviously, I don't work over in the United States. I work overseas, and I'm currently in Iraq, which is one of the countries that were on the list. And there's been a lot of discussion about
having a little trouble connecting with Iraq, but we'll get back to him.
The executive order, obviously.
Oh boy, ladies and gentlemen.
In the United States, there's lots going on, and over here, there's a lot going on.
It seems like he's being censored there, Felix.
Rev.
Well, but you were announced today as Felix, not.
Oh, you had the wrong recording, huh?
No, we're doing politics.
Just a lot of things you all don't see. So,
we're gonna see if this is not good.
Well, we'll try again later, folks. We can't hold the show up. The show must go on.
The other morning, we were having a discussion on the executive.
Okay, having a little trouble, ladies and gentlemen.
Executive order, and a lot of the.
Okay, we're going to come back to him.
Good.
Iraqis obviously showed their.
Okay, we'll get back to you in a minute, sir.
There we talk about the
Marines.
The war of words between Arnold Schwarzenegger and President Trump.
Well, what do you think of that, huh?
Well, you know, he just doesn't leave things alone. You know, he's the president now. He's got other things to worry about.
You know, they were talking about him. Howard Stern was talking about him.
Yeah, what'd he say?
He said he thinks he was upset that he won.
Stern is upset that he won?
No, he thinks that Trump was upset that he won.
Well, let's put it this way. I have a feeling that when he talks about being surprised, I think they were very surprised. He wanted, you know. Do you remember at all the movie The Candidate? I brought this up on the show many times before. Robert Redford, is being courted, shall we say, by one of the political parties to run for the Senate to defeat a longtime incumbent. And, well, the long and short of it is he wins. He gets elected. And he pulled his campaign manager.
He goes, now what do I do?
That's exactly what he said. And I think that's, Trump doesn't know where to start.
Well, he came into a very strange time in the world. I will say that.
Their displeasure in this executive order and why they feel like they've been betrayed by the United States and so on. Now, I'm not here to get into a discussion with you about policies or this or that or anything like that. I just want to talk to you and make a comment about the.
Just when it's getting interesting.
It is very interesting.
Well, is this guy anti-Trump or pro-Trump?
I actually had with these gentlemen.
He said he's not taking a political side about this.
Our ratings are going down now.
Listen to what they had to say.
What's that?
The ratings are going down because of this. People want to hear a show. Come on.
Well, this was the main part of my show for discussion. If I can get it going, we're going to have to call him back.
Well,
and after they were done, yelling and screaming about.
He did rescind part of his ban as far as people who have green cards and stuff like that.
Yeah, listen. He did some things that were not the smartest. But he didn't,
their opinion on things. I asked a simple question.
This is where you get good. This is the good part.
Yeah, well...
Or this. You may call this the good part, too. I'm not sure.
Are they wearing anything? I don't even know.
Yeah, they're wearing something.
I think it's like a nude color.
Yeah.
And I got an answer to that simple question, and I got it without hesitation. My simple question was, as an American, if I went out in town right now...
Well, it's hard to get that answer.
Tell me what he said. Come on. Why don't you give us a capsulized...
Would I be welcome? And they instantly said, absolutely not, you would not be welcome.
He wouldn't be welcome if what?
If you walked into town.
As an American.
Yeah.
Okay, so what would happen if I went out in town? And they said...
Oh, what did they say? What did he say? What's going on?
That's because you're holding...
The locals would snatch me up.
The locals snatch you up, yeah.
And kill me within an hour.
But don't you see, this is what people are saying. This feeds into ISIS. They use this stuff.
This guy's not in ISIS. He's in Iraq. He's a veteran.
I'd be tortured first.
I didn't say that.
After they were done torturing me...
This has nothing to do with ISIS. He's talking about the local people.
So imagine what ISIS would do. They're using this stuff as propaganda.
So he's telling you, we're pausing a little ban on Iraq, and if I was in Iraq, and I can't go in the street because any person there would kill me. And he goes in, they save the country of the United States, they do the same thing. This guy's what do you call it?
He's a contractor, probably.
Exactly.
Retired Marine.
And so I already knew this was going to happen, but
well, folks, we want to hear what you have to say. All right, the number is 646-595-3275. All right, how do you feel about all these executive orders and the ban on travel? And it's not a ban, and it is a ban.
The point I'm trying to make is, this is...
Ladies and gentlemen, I apologize. I don't know what's going on here.
The local populace that would do this. This isn't ISIS. This isn't Al-Qaeda. This isn't the PMU. This isn't a militia.
Yeah, well, that's because Trump is putting a ban on everybody from those
Iranians
countries.
Or anything like that.
No, this is nothing. The ban is what he's saying. He cannot go out on the street without getting killed. And he said the people come to here, they feel...
So...
He's well-spoken. He's not a...
I understand that. I can see that.
And he voted for Clinton, so I don't know what else he wants.
My question to them was pretty simple then, after that. If you would do
that to me, I'm sure.
This to me, in your country.
You know what the next question
Why would I let you in my country? Because all this means to me is that if you have the opportunity...
You would kill me.
Yeah.
To take the life of an American, you would do it.
Yeah, but what they were saying was it plays into what Osama bin Laden said about calling Americans the infidel, and you got to kill Americans.
Maybe there's something you all need to think about back there. If this is the...
I don't know what's wrong with this tape.
You see, but it's not...
the way some of these cultures feel.
It's not coming from the Muslims in Dearborn, Michigan, or
no, the
communities.
The ones that are in Iraq. They want to come to the States.
He didn't say they want to come to the States.
Nobody wants to stay in Iraq.
Wow.
This is the way that these countries feel about Americans.
It's hard to believe that people think that way, but it's true.
Oh, I'm not doubting that. Believe me.
Why would you be so naive to believe that?
Okay, this is really getting stretched out. This is supposed to be only...
If they came to the United States...
That's because we don't have that long a show. That's why you're doing this. You think these people are stupid?
They would do anything any different.
I mean, how do these people know that you're not purposely stopping his speech periodically, just to drag it out?
I am.
And what they would do right here in their own country.
Thank you very much for those words of enlightenment.
Mr. Garner, U.S. Marine Corps veteran, posed a question to his Iraqi counterparts, asking them what fate might he befall if he were to travel alone among the local citizenry. Their frank response was chilling and further supported executive orders signed by President Trump placing a moratorium on immigration on travel from Iraq and similar regions. I work currently in Iraq, he says, which is one of the countries that's on the list. Begins Gern. Obviously, in the United States, lots is going on, and over here, this is a lot going on as well. Just a lot of things you don't see. And then he's talking about the conversation that he had with the people, and they said that they will do the same thing if they move to the United States as they do there if they can. Absolutely not. Would you not be welcome? And I said, okay, what would you happen? They said the locals would snatch me up, kill me within an hour. I would be tortured first. After they were done torturing me, I would probably be beheaded. It would go on a video for everybody to see as an example. Chen reveals that he's already knew the answer to his question, but wants to hear it directly from the mouths.
Well, Felix, I wouldn't.
Of the Iraqis,
I wouldn't.
Confirmation.
I wouldn't go losing your head over this.
Chen reveals that they already knew. Okay. Chen returns, addressing the viewers, specifically those who oppose Trump's executive order, and feels that all who wish to enter the United States should be allowed to do without restriction. Maybe that's something you all need to think about there. If this is the way some of these cultures feel about Americans, why would you be so naive to believe that if they come to the United States, they would say anything any different than what they would do right here in their own country? I'm just trying to say, to inform you about what's actually happening on the ground in one of the banned countries. Something you should probably think about. I can't go out here in town. Why should they go out in my country? To town in my country.
Well, I have news for you. This is why contractors get paid so much money for doing what they do, because they're definite targets, and the Iraqis, know that, or Al Qaeda knows that these guys are all former military.
But he's not talking about Al Qaeda. He's talking about.
That's not what I'm saying. I know he's talking about locals.